back to another episode of World of Tanks with Ngini Titan. So we've had crossplay for what, 2 weeks now? Nearly 2 weeks. Week and a half. And I'll say I'm enjoying it. I definitely seem to have had, the matchmaking is pretty quick. I'm starting to see matchmaking queues, which was not the case in the first couple of days, or at least I saw very little of them, but I am seeing them now more commonly. But I'm still getting rapid matchmaking. Very PlayStation dominated, at least in the European server on the hours that I'm playing. And yes, the garage is still annoying. The desultory whistling and cheering is actually the most annoying bit. I must see if I can actually just turn off the sound in the garage. The kind of graphical side of it I don't pay much attention to, because I don't really pay much attention to the background of the garage. I kind of like the new map. I haven't seen much of it, and of course it takes a while for the teams to get used to the map, and of course nobody's used to this new map, so the meta's all over the place. People are wandering around, kind of half lost, wondering what they're supposed to be doing. Did run into my first lemming train since the merge. I had been seeing a lot of lemming trains prior to the update 5.0, and I wasn't getting any at all for the first week or so, really, playing the game. And I was wondering, was it because the PlayStation players and the Xbox players lemming trained in different directions? They had different preferences. But I have seen it since, and I think it was one of the more lemming train maps in recent months. I think a lot of my lemming trains that I've seen have been on Sand River. Either nobody goes south or everybody goes south. Or one team goes south and the other team goes north. Particularly, I think, on assault mode. Is it assault mode? Or no, encounter mode. However, so things are getting back to normal. People are adjusting to the shock of all those new people around, and they're starting to revert back to type. Nobody's on their best behaviour anymore. However, I have been following Retro Jules, who's been following the news more closely than I have, and it definitely seems like the marketing side of wargaming have in mind, shall we say, further collaboration and more extensive collaboration with wrestling and maybe other things of a similar nature. I just wonder how that's going to pan out. I'm not particularly interested in the current op. Because I'm not interested in the tanks, not in the slightest. They're complete. I don't know what exactly they're planning on doing. I have had games where I've seen in the team lineup, I've seen the team sheet, shall we say, where there have been wrestling tanks. I've seen the Becky Lynch certainly listed. Because when I saw it first, I was wondering, was Becky Lynch the player or the tank? However, I didn't actually see the tank in that. I didn't encounter it, so I don't know what it looks like. And I haven't gone onto the Tankopedia to look up these tanks to see what they actually look like. Are they reskinning historical tanks, or hybridizing tanks a bit like the mercenary line, where they're taking, the turret off of one thing and the gun off of something else and the chassis off a third part thing, and mashing it together to make a tank out of it. I'm, like I said, not sure what exactly they're doing in that line, but if we see more of them, then that'll become another source of concern. But the season pass, pay money to get more. Well, I'm already paying premium. I'm not inclined to pay money for more goodies on the ops. Now, that said, they were quite possibly too generous with the goodies in the previous ops, the Valor and the one before it, where as you were racking up the points, every time you hit a milestone, you generally got some goodies. You got free camos, some gold, repair kits, fire extinguishers, you know, that sort of stuff. Plus the multipliers, because I have a ton of experienced multipliers and stuff like that I haven't used. I've been kind of saving them for difficult grinds that I found boring or difficult. I've been inclined to use the experienced crew boosters actually a lot more than I use tank crew boosters, because if I'm enjoying the tank, I don't see any particular reason to use experience multipliers on it, because that's a tank that I'm enjoying, and why should I curtail my playing of a tank that I'm enjoying? Whereas if I'm not particularly enjoying the tank, then I am inclined to use the experience boosters. But so far, fortunately, the grinds that I've been doing for the last year and a half, with the exception of the low tier Polish tanks, which were incredibly bad, I didn't use experience boosters. I don't think I used much on the low tier Polish tanks because they were below tier 5. And the thing is, you whiz through you'll grind through a tier 4 or even a tier 5 in a couple of hours. You know, it's a couple of sessions and it's gone. It's when you hit tier 8, tier 9, that's where the grind becomes a grind. It becomes kind of painful because it goes on and on and on. So I haven't been using those boosters, so I don't feel the particular need to buy more of them. I did find myself alright wanting to get some more gold, and I actually went and bought chests, because I hadn't done that in ages anyway, and I was just wanted to do it. I actually got another tank out of it, the Barracuda, which will be added to my list of tanks to talk about for the first time in the near future. So overall, I am happy with the update. It's got more good than bad, and I'm really delighted with the 5.0. I'm also delighted with even some of the existing maps. I noticed there's some extra foliage, and I'm kind of delighted with that as well. So I'm really interested in to see how they'll update the maps over the course of the near future. I am kind of wary though about the cross promotion with unrelated genres like wrestling. On one hand, yes, it's great. Wargaming are getting a few bob out of these guys. At least I hope it's Wargaming that's getting a few bob out of these guys. The Wargaming aren't paying WWE to promote World of Tanks. I'm not sure if there'll be much crossover in the reverse direction from WWE to Wargaming. But I am kind of wary of further developments in that line. I don't want to see the game removed too far away from a historical arcade or pseudo-historical arcade game into something completely fantastical. You know, a Car Wars equivalent or something like that. I'd rather play something that's out and out in that line, and there are games in that genre already. So we'll await further developments and hope for the best. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please press like, comment, share. It really helps the channel out. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to the channel. I will catch you all again soon. Bye for now.